Hey guys, welcome to Hip Hughes History. My name is Mr. Hughes and I'm going to cook up some learning for you. Specifically on the menu tonight, we have some Persian Gulf. 1990, 1991, Kuwait, Iraq, Saudi Arabia. Alright guys, let's start with the basics, right? The Persian Gulf War is a United Nation action led by the United States. It's not a declared war, which is from January to February 1991, and it's a direct result of the invasion of this country, Kuwait, we mentioned before, by the country of Iraq. So this is an action to basically push Saddam Hussein back into Iraq, and at the end of the day it's going to be successful. But we definitely want to go into what the hell happened? Why'd that happen? Alright, historically, the Middle East doesn't have natural borders. It's not like something that occurred over a very long period of time with different groups separating or diffusing. Alright, so it's 1988. We're getting there, right? 1990 is the Persian Gulf War. And in 1988, Saddam Hussein finds himself in the pickle jar. And the pickle jar is really the money jar. He has a debt problem. A debt problem in the range of, I don't want to be exact, but I think it's like $2, $3, $4 billion that he owes other countries for lending him the money for the Iran-Iraq war. And part of them is, I think it was Saudi Arabia, and I think it was Egypt that had been facilitating that war for the Iraqis. So nevertheless, he kind of went to those countries on bended knee and they turned him away. And at the same time, Kuwait, the little kid brother, little kid sister that has kind of these, regional ties with Iraq, is overproducing in oil to make up for their own economic problems. And OPEC, which is the oil producing economic kind of powerhouse in the Middle East, sets quotas. But they were violating those quotas. The quota is designed, of course, to kind of like control the price, so everybody's making a good buck. So here's Iraq, right? Kind of two holes in the ground. Is looking for debt forgiveness, is not getting it, owes the money world, can't make money off its oil production because there's this overproduction problem. So starting to get a little upset. So by 1990, Iraq started moving soldiers, and they have a very large army. It's like the fourth largest army, I think, in the world back then. I could be wrong in the world, but someone's going to Google it. But they had a big army, man. They had like 1 million soldiers. Not very good ones, but they had a lot of soldiers, and they definitely had a lot of tanks, like 5,000 tanks, and they got, an air force for the region. They're a powerhouse. So they send their troops to the border of Kuwait, and I'm going to get her name wrong. I can't remember her name. Her first name's April. And look, her name's on the wall. How exciting is that I can do that? The ambassador to Iraq, this is true, I'm not making this up, met right before the war started, and basically, if I could reenact the conversation, Saddam was like, yo, you care what up with us in Kuwait? And April were like, yo, Arab affair, don't touch that. And then I think that Saddam Hussein, whether it was miscommunication or whether he read our signals wrong or he underestimated us or whatever it was like, yeah, baby, I'm going in. And that's what happened. August 2nd, man, dates suck. August 2nd, 1990, he basically blitzkriegs Kuwait, and he really grabs it pretty quickly. He takes it over, and there's other stuff to learn in there, atrocities, and nevertheless, the idea being now, he's in Kuwait, and the United States like, what up with that? So not only is the United States, what up with that, but we also have the United Nations now, and eventually a coalition is built, including Arab countries, including Egypt and Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia, of course, Mecca, kind of the Holy Land, is, going to be really, really important in this story. So hold your hats for Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia, and if we can cut to the chase, Mr. Hughes, we are going to go in with the United Nations mandate to kick Saddam Hussein out of Kuwait. And we're going to do it by having our soldiers in Saudi Arabia. But basically, that's how the Persian Gulf War starts. Desert Storm is when the coalition, and this is going to be, dates suck, maybe January 2nd, something like that, 1991, bam! I mean, we bammed them, guys. I think we lost like 300 soldiers. Of that, I think a quarter were friendly fire. But through that coalition, we just sweep into Iraq quite quickly. I think some of the other effects we're going to talk about, Hughes ain't a battle expert, but we whoop them bad.